Picture this. You're cruising down the street when suddenly a bright red muscle car with a massive white stripe roars past. If you grew up in the 70s, you know exactly what that car is. The 1974 Ford Gran Torino from Starsky and Hutch wasn't just a prop, it was practically the third main character of the show. But here's the thing, almost everything you think you know about this iconic TV car is probably wrong. From the color that was never supposed to be red to the actor who deliberately tried to destroy it, we're counting down 20 weird facts about Starsky's Gran Torino that will make you see this famous ride in a whole new light. So buckle up, because some of these facts are stranger than any case Starsky and Hutch ever solved. And if you're a fan of classic TV cars, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next deep dive. Number 20. The car was never supposed to be red. The Gran Torino's iconic bright red paint job almost never happened. When Starsky and Hutch creator William Blinn first pitched the show, he envisioned something completely different, a green Chevrolet Camaro convertible. That's right, green, not red, and not even a Ford. The original concept would have given us a completely different automotive icon, one that probably wouldn't have stood out nearly as much on screen. But here's where it gets interesting. Ford's Studio TV Car Loan Program stepped in and changed television history. This program, which provided vehicles to TV productions at no cost in exchange for product placement, offered the producers a deal they couldn't refuse. Free cars for filming meant more budget for other aspects of the show. The producers took one look at Ford's offerings and landed on the Gran Torino. But they still had to make it distinctive. The bright red paint, officially Ford's bright red color code, 2B, combined with that bold white vector stripe running down each side, created an instantly recognizable look. It's funny how budget constraints and corporate partnerships can accidentally create pop culture icons. If Blinn had gotten his green Camaro, would anyone even remember what car Starsky drove? Probably not. Sometimes the best creative decisions are the ones forced on you by circumstances. Number 19. The striped tomato nickname. Started as a production joke. Every icon needs a good nickname, and Starsky's Gran Torino had one of the best, the striped tomato. But this wasn't some carefully crafted marketing term or fan creation. It started as an inside joke among the production crew, who thought the bright red car with its white stripe looked like, well, a tomato with racing stripes. The joke was too good to keep behind the scenes. Writers started working it into the show's dialogue, usually having Hutch make sarcastic comments about his partner's flashy ride. David Soul, who played Hutch, delivered these lines with perfect deadpan humor, turning what could have been throwaway jokes into memorable moments. The nickname stuck because it perfectly captured the car's over-the-top appearance and the show's tongue-in-cheek attitude. Fans latched onto it immediately, and soon, striped tomato became as much a part of the show's vocabulary as Zebra 3, or any of the other police codes. What makes this even better is that the nickname highlighted the fundamental difference between the two main characters. Starsky loved his loud, attention-grabbing car, while Hutch constantly mocked it. This dynamic, expressed through their attitudes toward the Gran Torino, helped define their entire relationship. A production joke became character development. That's good television. Number 18. They used around 10 different cars during filming. Here's something that might blow your mind. That wasn't just one car you were watching. Tear through the streets of Bay City. The production actually used around 10 different Gran Torinos throughout the show's run from 1974 to 1979. They needed multiple cars for a simple reason. Television production is brutal on vehicles. You had stunt cars that took the real beating during chase scenes and jumps. You had hero cars for close-ups and dialogue scenes. You had backup cars for when the others were being repaired. And you had cars specifically set up for different types of shots. The models varied slightly too. While they tried to stick with 1974 models, they also used some 1975 and 1976 Gran Torinos when needed. To the casual viewer, these all looked identical thanks to that distinctive paint job, but eagle-eyed fans can spot subtle differences in trim, badges, and interior details between episodes. This multiple car approach wasn't unique to Starsky and Hutch, it's standard practice in Hollywood. But what made it challenging for this show was maintaining consistency with such a distinctive vehicle. Every car had to be painted exactly the same, with the stripe in precisely the right position. One slightly off-angle stripe and sharp-eyed viewers would notice. The logistics of keeping all these cars running and looking identical must have been a nightmare for the transportation department. Number 17. Paul Michael Glaser hated driving the car.